nanny for alchemical goods.
We have...
Yeah, what can I get you? Nice talking to you.
Stay close to the village.
Be well.
I have a secret to tell you. I am not sad. When I was a girl, my father used to tell me that when you grow old with someone, you tie your fates together and create a pattern that is part yours and part theirs. My father said that this is why when an old person dies, their partner is never far behind. But I do not feel that way. I feel free.
May your hollow gods keep you mortal. I am called Aerie. Your face is new to me. You're different from those in Gorhart. They amuse me, and I strive to learn all I can from them. Have you come to ask about the Tuatha? I can offer only what I know, and hope it will suffice. I wandered the forest for many seasons, listening to lore stones of the great ballads. Before that, I dwelled in the gardens of Issa. I prefer the quiet of this village, the mirth of the witless. I adore every sad soul in the village, even stubborn Herc with his tender heart, and drunken old Arnick. The widow fascinates me. She has no idea that her lover is dead. I watch them from my perch, hoping to learn the meaning behind their pursuits and passions. If I could, I would grant each of them an eternity. Alas, I cannot. Yes, I witnessed this crime, although I did not recognize the one who perpetrated it. It is often difficult to distinguish one mortal from another. The victim was Illuvia, but I knew her only by name. You must be hoping that I can offer advice, but I cannot. If she is meant for the Great Cycle, then so be it. However, I would be quite interested to find out whether one of my kind would benefit from one of your mortal remedies. I've always wondered. It will need to be powerful. Your delicate forms are far more sensitive than ours. In fact, it's astounding that you survive as long as you do. I find them so interesting, from their vestments to their odd habits and demeanors. Just yesterday I saw a monk from the Almain mission sneaking through the underbrush. Strange creatures you are. Strange, but glorious. Farewell.
If I have to live for the rest of my life without him knowing, well then I'll deal with that. I think there's something to be said for it. I think it's noble. Yeah, I could tell someone, but that's just asking for praise. What makes it an act of kindness is that nobody knows, or at least that he doesn't know. I let him have the glory. No one has to know his arrow missed. He saved the town. He's a hero.
Greetings.
What is it? You made it. Just in time, too. Give me the potion. It will help, but it's not enough. Someone must go to the Fae and explain what happened here. One small misunderstanding and we'll no longer just be strangers to the Fae. We'll be enemies. She is a member of the House of Ballads, the legendary court of Fae heroes. They are warriors without equal, with centuries of glory to their names. If one of their own was killed by a mortal, the House of Ballads and its king would bring a fierce vengeance upon us. Goreheart would be a ruin by day's end. You're turning out to be very helpful, my friend. You have my gratitude. I'll see to it that you're honored. Rumor says that the House of Ballads has its headquarters not far from here, in Glendara to the northeast. Try to gain entrance if you can. We keep a precarious peace with the Court of Summer, one that's tested every day. I lie awake at night worrying what kind of disaster awaits me in the morning. But we're a good community full of good people. We have our eccentrics, sure, but we work hard and live quietly. That's the best anyone can do these days. It's east of here, in the meadows of Yolvin. The Feylands are a wicked place, crawling with creatures so strange you'll assume you're dreaming. I've spent most of my life dealing with them, but they aren't like us. Not at the core. They don't know what it means to be a man who sweats to feed his family. Goreheart has become a sort of refuge for those settlers who wish to live a life free of Fae. I don't see that lasting. Not with the war. Not with everything changing. Farewell. What is it?
Nice to see you.
Greetings.
Never surrender. justice.
Old Oast dead?
Proceed no farther, mortal. You are not one of our kind, and the seat of Sir Sagrel will never be occupied by one so mundane. Hallam the White prepares the contest, and he must not be interrupted at this our time of greatest need. The mortals in Gorhart believe they have established a permanent settlement, but they are sadly mistaken. Those homes will crumble. Those graves will multiply. Trees may be cut down, vines stripped away, but the forest will return, and it will not suffer the footsteps of men. Neither will the Fae. It is to fill an unoccupied seat in the House of Ballads. This is not a mortal concern. If Hallam learns I told you, he may see to it that I am banned from the telling. No doubt you speak of Illuvia, impetuous fool. I told her to avoid your settlement, to avoid Odaroth altogether. She never listened to my warnings. I will chastise her appropriately upon her return. It is a loss, yes, but not the first unexpected event in this telling. What happened? Yes, I have noticed a growing number of humans in Dalentarth. It must be this war. I can't say I understand it. Oh, yes, your kind usually expects some form of trophy for good deeds. A bauble or prize? Perhaps another time. If you would be so kind as to deliver this message. We mean the people of Gorhart no ill will. They have nothing to fear from us. I am known as the Squire. It is my duty to assist the Chancellor of the House of Ballads in all of his many endeavors. Hallam treats me well, and it is an honor to serve. The House of Ballads is home to the Court of Enchantments, where our heroes congregate and train before performing the feats that made them legends. There are 3 main structures on the grounds. The Court of Enchantments itself features the Wall of Saga, which depicts the most noteworthy songs in our canon. The Hall of Accolades is where the finest Fae crafters offer their services. Trainers can be found in the Summer Sanctuary, where we go when seeking enlightenment. Goodbye.
Listen, all of you. As you've clearly heard, a rare vacancy has occurred in the House of Ballads. There has been an event, a great twist in the narrative of our kind. Sir Sagrel has fallen. Sagrel, slayer of Ozigan, defender of the crown of Haxi, has been defeated. A death in the House of Ballads gives an opportunity, a chance for one hero to join the ranks of the greatest champions in Fae-telling. Olain, Kreth, Wenson the Bold. Do any of you have the courage to pass the confirmation? If you do, your adventures will be sung to the heavens for all eternity.
Here, Hallam will hear of this.
This does not concern you, mortal. You would not, could not, understand. One of our most beloved heroes has fallen. Sir Sagrel's passing leaves his legend in peril. A seat in the House of Ballads cannot remain empty, lest the great stories end. And that must never happen. Sir Sagrel, Slayer of Ozigan, Lord of the Morning Mists, and defender of the crown of Haxi, was one of our most beloved knights. His tales have endured for generations. Several days ago he departed to do battle with the Grave Thresh, his most famous and legendary foe. But there was an event, a twist in the story. In this telling, it was the Thresh that bested Sagril. Such an outcome has never happened. I don't know what to make of it. We are the collectors of tales, the warriors of lore, the most respected of all Summer Court heroes. Our deeds are known across the Fey lands. Our great knights, Wenson the Bold, Airmer the Pure, Olaine the Kind, are destined to repeat their quests for all eternity, that no Fey may ever forget. They remind us of who we are and what we've done, of our greatest achievements and our deepest losses. The house ensures those defining tales are never forgotten. You are bold, but that is not how tales are told in the House of Ballads. Only a worthy Fey hero may finish his quest, complete his story. However, these are strange times. Magic weaves itself in new patterns and change. It is the one thing with which we Fey have no experience. If you so choose, join the other pledges. You too may attempt to defeat the Grave Thresh, recover Sagril's ring, and take his seat in the House of Ballads. I am Hallam the White, seeker of the Stone of Val, Baron of the Drowned Forest, Slayer of Argoth the Mighty, and Chamberlain to the House of Ballads. Many in the House of Ballads call me the Storyteller, for I watch over the Summer Court's anthology of experience. The lair of the Thresh is east of this great house, in the hollow of Gorgoeth. In the evenings after dark, you can hear its disturbed slumber. The cries are unsettling. Go now, and make the song.
You do not belong here, mortal. The grave thresh will make tinder of you, poor fool.
Welcome. You've come to the right place, my friend. Yes, you have. This is where all the grandest questing goes on. Right in this bottle. Hey, old Ukabal will teach you everything you need to know about alchemy. Pinch of this, drop of that. Not much to it, really. Tell me what you need and I'll see to it you get a bottle. That is, unless I've consumed it all in a fit of fancy. Care to learn? I can hardly discern one of you creatures from another. I mean no offense, of course. I simply don't care. Dig for the rumors elsewhere, my friend. I really don't remember how I came to be here. So long as no one tells me to leave, I'll carry on, spinning my own song long after everyone else is gone. Yeah, I know.
Welcome, ageless one. I am Arvia, but I suspect you know that already. The tides of fate have washed me upon your shore, and I am here to do your bidding. I am here for you, to guide you in a careful separation of the threads of fate, and to ease you into a more appropriate plane. See you soon.
Oh, I hope you're here for me. Let me take a look at you. Ooh, very fair you are.
Too fair for the House of Ballads, that is certain. I tend to enjoy the company of mortals. So fleshy. I'm Ilova, instructor in the persuasive arts. That includes seduction, but you probably guessed that. Come back soon.
What is it? It's an honor to speak with you, mortal.
Good day. How can I help you? You are the mortal I've been hearing about. How dare they say you're meek? Why, to me, you look as fierce as a troll. I can help you with any gems or shards. Speak to them on your behalf. It isn't as hard as you might think. Unless they're stubborn, of course. My telling is not one of battle and bravery, but of binding. I served Wenson himself back when the great ballads were new. We did not sing them then. We lived them. Farewell, my friend.
Greetings.
What tales are there to tell? All of us in the Western Feylands are subjects of High King Tatarian. Our presence maintains the natural balance, bringing the green of spring at winter's end. His wisdom is above us all, even the lords and ladies of the House of Ballads. The High King guides us in all the grand telling of the Fey. Every creature has its story. The wake it leaves behind in its travel. That is a telling. It is a narrative of defeats and victories that give every life meaning. Our Fey telling goes on from creation deep into the hidden end. Until then, we celebrate the small songs, the ones that celebrate the spring in which we find ourselves. Sing your song. Explore elsewhere, dustling. Welcome to the Summer Sanctuary, where the seeds of knowledge are sown and nurtured. I see you are a stranger and a mortal. I am green, and I possess the healer's warmth. Do you have need of my services? Have you been injured in your mortal war? I do what I can. Most of the time, it's not enough. I've learned much from the dying races. Life is precious. Our kind often forget that. Goodbye.
I wish you the best, mortal.
I was told of ancient days when wise priestess Beala Tirin to goddess Lyria spoke. The people, remembering all after war, called for Durek's fate. Slay them, the foul and wretched tribe, said Dokalfar. Spare them, the poor and miserable beasts, cried Losalfar. Their minds, depraved and hatred poisoned, twisted. Alfar struck Alfar over drink, at feast, when all else is merry, when peace reigns in havens. Hateful, I am told, were cousins towards each other. From the cold-blessed Ferial, Beala Tirin, with a head to seek Lyria's guidance, set forth on a pilgrimage. Red Legion.
Hello. You made it. You're back. I was so worried that the Fae had taken out the revenge on you. As usual, I was wrong. The Fae has recovered, thanks to your potion. In fact, she wishes to stay in the village for the next several weeks as she recovers. Goreheart will be a new community, a place of compassion, and it's thanks to you. Please, take my sword and buckler. They will serve you well, as they have served me. I believe they call it Shield Ring, a recruitment stop for those who wish to march westward to war. Follow the road. You'll see its towers over the trees in Yolven. Bye now.
Greetings, stranger. I understand that you are to thank for my longevity. I'm in your debt. Our people have too long stood apart. Perhaps together we can change that. I serve the House of Ballads as a squire, but I've not been home for almost a full season. They will be expecting me. They are the greatest of us, lords and ladies of the telling. But I was never bound for glory in their ranks. I know that now. Like all Fae, I will take what I've learned from their experience and light the darkest wood. My story is their story, for the telling belongs to all of us. My interest in humans brought me to the boundaries of your village, and that led to my unfortunate injuries. I plan to stay here, to learn. Goreheart is not simply a village, it is a seed. Within its hardened shell exists all of what makes humanity wonderful, and all that makes it terrible.
Hello.
come in. You wouldn't believe how busy we've been since that Fae arrived. Come see me again.
Are you hiding from trouble too? Always attracts a few treasure hunters, convinced the ruins are full of ancient riches. Bunch of lunatics, if you ask me. People call me a thief, but I've never stolen anything. Occasionally I'll use other people's houses while they're away. I don't see what they're so angry about. So I have to come out here now and again to let things in town cool off.
They were the harbingers of the fall, these children of dust. And they lit the forest with their fires, and then split it with their blades. We crept back, shapeless in the darkness, silent in the trees. The shadows are few in this age of mortals. The light beckons.
Hail, Wanderer. Would you spare a moment? I have a favor to ask you. It was not always the empty place you see now, but it has become little more than a stopping point between Dalentarth and Rathir for travelers. This used to be a peaceful place full of farmlands. It is still a quiet place, but now the freemen are lurking around just looking to murder and thieve. Not much to speak of, just another soul wandering the plains trying to get by. In appearances, perhaps, I'm just an alpha that needs your help. I have a few belongings to sell, and unfortunately, I've done little to endear myself to Ayten's folk. Will you sell them in my stead? The arrangement is simple. I give you an item, and you sell it. I take a cut, you keep the profit. And will repeat until I have nothing to sell. Understand? I thought you had the look of a trader about you. I have several items for you to sell. If you prefer, you could just buy them all now from me and sell them later. As you wish. The items are in acceptable condition, if nothing else, but they might stand a little polish here and there. Take my silverware, for example. Is somewhat tarnished, but Ban Ron could use the metal. If you melted it down, he'd likely pay more for it. I want you to sell it. Ban Ron, the local smithy, will have use for the silver, I'm sure. If you process the silver down to a raw form, he might pay more for it.
Hello there, stranger. Careful when wandering outside of town. There's freemen lurking around every corner.
Welcome to the smithy. Welcome to the Clanging Hammer. Don't see many new faces in Ayten these days. My forge is open. Before Talarain fell to ruin, it was Ayten's fields and villagers that stocked and supplied the various citadels there. But the war hit us hard. Bandits plagued the roads. Even Rond Farm has burned to soot. So you're Ratipus Proxy. I heard that someone was helping him out of his money problems. Well, that misfortune couldn't have happened to a nicer person. He was the richest Alfar in town, until he lost his shirt in the war. But that looks to be good silver. I'll take it off your hands. Forge is yours, whenever you need.
Hello again, stranger. What do you need? I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be happy to see such a paltry sum. I suppose the townsfolk are happy on my behalf. But let the past lie. I've another item for you. My kerchief. Slightly, worn, but the material is special. Of the sort alchemists employ for handling reagents. Askel Thorin might buy it. He's a stubborn one, but he's weak at haggling. See what you can get out of him. Maybe I was someone once before, when the war was just a small conflagration in Cluricon. But by the time we heard the war front was coming, it had already reached us. And like a fool, I smiled at the opportunity. Askel Thorin, the local alchemist, is interested in it. The cloth is normally used for handling sensitive reagents and potions. See what kind of price you can get out of him.
For a minute I thought the damn Freeman had fancied to rob me. Welcome. I offer some alchemical items if you are interested. My wife and assistant. She helps me run the shop, although sometimes she creates more problems than she fixes. So, Ratifer's new errand runner is here. Ratifer's been in town for years, but this is the first time I've heard anything from him since he returned from Tuwili over 10 years ago. A messy business, not unlike alchemy. I've seen that rag of his, and I know its virtues. I'll part with some coin for it. Very well.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? And I hope you've gotten out of Askel what you wanted for it. I have another item I want you to sell. A pair of daggers. Finwick Ivor collects weapons, gaudy, gem-encrusted ceremonial ones, but weapons nonetheless. Some gem socketing may be of use. Take whatever you can for them. Just get them out of my sight. Sell them to Finwick Ivor. He's fancied himself a collector of these kinds of things. He's quite vain. If you socket a gem or two into them, I'm sure he'll pay more for the daggers.
soul of the travel is at your service. Been a while since I saw someone coming through, Ayten. Come again?
A customer? Customer?
Huh? Stranger to Ayten? I'm the law in this town. Keep the peace and you are welcome to stay. If not, then you had best leave. If you need to trade, visit Banron, our smithy, and Askel deals in alchemy. And there's a general dealer staying at the inn. I am the law of the town. Ayten needed protection, and I didn't see anyone else willing to do the job. I took it upon myself to keep Ayten safe. Someone needed to do it. Ratifer's aid, right? Let me take a look at what you have there. By the gods! All Alfar know these daggers. These were given to the heroes of the Battle of Gallifore Plains. Ratifer got these for saving Rathir from the Tuatha. Will you look at that stone? Shining like the day it was set into the blade. I'll take these off your hands. They must be preserved. Keep the peace.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? Good. Sell this ring as well. There is a recluse who lives on the edge of town. Nell. The ring meant something to her long ago. Age has taken its luster, but the potion from an acid solution will make it shine once more. Nell will pay handsomely for that, I think. It goes to Singing Nell, the hermit near town. She has a dowry, some gold saved away, I know it. The ring's tarnished with the years, but there's a secret. Douse it with acid solution, and that should wash it clean.
strangest strange come to Ayten. Few come by these roads nowadays. A hard gaze falls on Ayten. Many are the burdens and few are the reliefs. Someone must go to Ayten Circle. Someone must call the Erethel. Hoping to hear a song for coin from Old Nell. I haven't sung for years, stranger, not since the war started. Ratifer. After a decade, he begs me payment for the ring, and so his promise is finally broken. Very well. I should be lucky to die unmarried rather than a widow. I have counted the minutes until Ratifer returned to me with that ring. It is beautiful. As beautiful as it was the day I pressed it into his hand, as the day he and those boys left for war, as the day he came back broken and alone. And now it comes back to me with an asking price. Here is the coin he so desires. May he drown in the tankard he buys with it. A circle of the windstones nearby. When the voices from its stones sing a certain melody, the Erethel will come and end our tribulations. Each stone is a voice in the song. When all have sung in their part, the Erethel will appear. But if not, dark things for these dark times will show instead. The stones. I am unworthy. I do not think they will sing to me. You must go. It must be you. Make the stones sing their song. You will? Ayten Circle is to the south of town. Each stone carries a note of the song. In the right order, they form the song as it was to be sung. But they will not suffer a cacophony. If the songs you play will not call the Erethel, it will call darker things for these dark times. Everyone knows the song. It starts on the highest note and descends down the scale. Wait a moment. Perhaps it was start at the lowest note and descend up. Well, something like that anyway. Flutter away.
Get on.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? That was a hard thing to let go of, but it needed to be done. There is one last thing I need to divest myself of. My charter. The one that shows my ancestry. It is in the ruins of my family's estate, Corgan Hold. Its buyer is Gordon Lott, the innkeep. Give it to him whatever he asks for it. It was a stronghold that my family held for generations. When I returned from the war, its halls were empty and I couldn't bring myself to fill them again. Brigands and worse things lurk in those halls now. In Corgan Hold, it was an ancestral home for the Ratifers, but since I've abandoned it, darker things lurk there now.
Greetings!
Welcome to Ayten. Strange creatures, these mortals. They wake, they work, they worry. It is a joyless undertaking, life. The Wolds now bear the mark of time, of smoke and frailty, and there is more. A wearying of magic. Did these mortals bring it with them in their tents and wagons, or is it a symptom of something much more sinister?
The Castellans sent Oathblade Kent out to do trapper's work. Serves him right.
Welcome. So, what's all this? An artifact stolen from the vault, and it turned up in Lorcareign. I see. You'll want to start with the vault itself. I'll dispatch Oathblade Gwyn Anway to guard it. Meet her there when you're ready. The vault lies south through Talarain, on the way to the Wolds. The odd thing is, not a soul's been inside that place for centuries. Can't imagine how someone could have gotten anything out. Never heard the ballads they sing of Brian Brighthelm? Ah, well, those were my days of youthful discretion. You'll never see a dirty blade or an unpolished shield and helm guard, no? Swords must be sharp, armor shining. You must be Warsworn to all the world, as old Balagar said. Head south through Talarain, then look for the small pass into the Wolds. Oathblade Gwynanwy will be waiting for you there. Good luck. You might need it.
Welcome.
The winds on the plains can howl like a wolf sometimes.
The Castellan sent Oathblade Kent out to do trapper's work. Serves him right. An artifact stolen from the vault.
Contract board's right by the entrance.
Traveling brother, headed for Cluricon.
I could pick this lock in a minute. It's how to get from here to the outer gate that's the question. Come now, love, set me free, won't you? I could pick this lock in a minute. It's how to get from here to the outer gate that's the question.
I'd be a free man now if I were better at hiding in the weeds. I'm wanted in Whitestone, Garden Hill, and in there. Was wanted anyway.
something? Grian promised I'd have tar, linen, and whetstones by the month's end. But forgive me. You didn't come to hear the quartermaster rant and moan at her lot. Come again when we're better stocked.
New to Helmgard? It's a fine place if you're Grian's pet. Bit of a rut for a hireling otherwise. West of the Strait? Been a bit of a war going on there? Surely you've heard of it.
Let me guess. You've a cracked hilt, a broken greave strap, and a scratch on your shiny new shield. Another day in the life of Helmgard's prettiest blacksmith. Right then.
Winds on the plains can howl like a wolf sometimes.
Paying business, as long as it's important, mind. You'll want to see Grian Shane, the Castellan. The contract board is my responsibility. That and keeping things clean and proper. Aye, it's open to all. You've got one done, come to me for your gold. Simple as that. That I do. Any soul who's willing can take a contract. When it's done, just come to me. I'll see you paid. Good night to you.
Hello?
Enjoy your trip to Gorgoath. You again. Some advice. A healer never likes to see the same face twice. Goodbye.